Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Light Language number 15. And I am joined by Terry at Holding Your Space. Everyone say hi to Terry from at Holding Your Space. Go ahead. We'll wait. So I'm Tarot Stash. Thank you very much for being here. JJ and Karen both have got some stuff going on, so they may or may not pop in. You just have to stay tuned to find out if they do.
There you go.
And but all of the links to all of our channels are below. And it really helps us if you like, share, and subscribe this video to everyone and all of the places. So all that good stuff. And this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. And please like, share, and subscribe because it's free.
Yeah.
You know, I made a new sign, and why don't we do this in English? I love it. It tells us how. It tells us if it's a question or if it's an excitement or something like that. It's like, why don't we do that?
I love that.
I do too. I mean, It was like when I was learning Spanish, I'm like, well, now I know what this is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
But yeah. So, Terry, today is Sunday, and I am curious to what's going on for you and what do you have coming up on your channel this week?
Jeffrey Ripe Color is on tomorrow.
Oh,
so
okay.
We're gonna have some fun, and then I have to look and see. I know Jeffrey's coming on, and then we have I'm gonna be doing the dream interpretation. We do visions and whatnot on Tuesday at Allie's channel, Heart and Soul Connected.
Yes.
And I'll see him on Palm Sunday already here.
I know.
Today is Palm Sunday, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Oh my gosh. And tomorrow is Holly. So it's the Festival of Lights. Or is it? No, it's the Festival of Color.
Colors. That's the one where everybody gets, enjoys getting with, yes. That's the one where everybody gets colorful.
Yeah. Oh, so perfect. Ripe Color coming on. Diana Oil Painter is going to be on tomorrow. Just stuff like that. Oh golly gee, what else is coming up this week? I'm trying to take it back a little bit. Collie Hiller is going to be on, and then Allie again on Friday, but I'm trying to kind of take it easy a little bit more because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like this energy is kind of rocking me. Yes. And I'm needing a little more self-time, and I'm trying to do more self-care.
Yes.
I got a massage last week, and it's the first one in 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Brilliant. I'm going to the dermatologist this week.
Okay. Self-care is important. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I have readings with Nancy and Jane the Seeker tomorrow morning. I have a Laugh and Learn about human design. We're doing Authorities Part 2. And then the Mystic 4 in the evening. So it is it's just good if everyone subscribes to all of our channels so that you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Shall we say hi to some of the best chatters?
Yes, please.
All right. Some of the best chatters. Sharon Robinson is here. Hello. And Annie Bear. Good to see you.
Hi, Annie.
Kaylee Fogo Pogo is here.
Yay.
Madame Maru is here. Thank you.
Maruta.
And Nivra, good to see you. Jules, learning to listen.
Yay.
Richie's Reach. So that's wonderful. And hello. Lisa Yeager, great to have you here.
Hey, Lisa.
Thank you for the prayers, Sharon. Prayers are always good.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Moira D, hello. And trust the people who need to find you are. I agree 100%, and I believe that. Absolutely. Absolutely. So.
Oh, Scott's here too. Hey, Scott. Scorpio Sun Tarot. How are you?
Hypnicity is there. Hello,
Aww.
Sally. Sandy. Oh, and Sandy had their first massage. So.
Isn't it heaven, Sandy? I'm telling you what, if you're going through something in your life or not, even if you're just having a great time, a massage is heaven. Yeah.
And I'm just scrolling through. Yes, I agree, Annie Bear. Well, hello, Scott. Great to see you. Scott's been a busy one too.
You guys are always really busy.
So, and Hypnicity said, my third eye opened yesterday and it was a huge day for me yesterday. Congratulations.
Oh, Hypnicity, I'm so proud of you. Yeah. It's you've been working on that for a while. It's like it's just been on right there, hasn't it? Now it's gone boom.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Pisces Greeter TK is here. Donna Nelson. And okay, just scrolling. Seeing everybody. Sandy H says, I am going through lots. It was awesome to have that massage. So wonderful.
It's that touch is so important, isn't it, Sandy? And especially if you're single, you know, it's nice to I mean, it doesn't matter. It's nice if you have a partner as well. But, you know, if you're single sometimes and you live alone, you don't really think about it. Like we hug ourselves sometimes at the end of meditations, but it is really special.
Absolutely.
Really good.
So last week, JJ and I chatted about emerging languages. That was on Light Language 14. Your name came up as someone who has had a recently emerged language.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Is it okay if people who have questions about your emerging language, if they put it into the chat?
Yeah, I would love it. I would love
Put that in caps for me, everybody. So, so Terry, tell me about this emerging language. JJ shared just a little bit, but I want to hear. Yeah, and Sally's like going, "What? Cool, Terry." And you know, when I see that, I go, "Cool,
hello, Terry. Hello," and mine's not right here.
And I love it. I love it. And Sally's like, "Speak, Terry." It's like, yeah. So go for it. Tell us about that.
Okay. So, well, number one, I just want to say thank you to JJ and to John Benny. So I've been taking some courses from John Benny, which I loved. And
nice.
Yeah, you guys know who he is. Anyway, but he does dragon language also. Okay. And when I heard his dragon language, it sent tingles up my spine. And you know, when your crown chakra starts flaming, you're like, whoa, okay, I've heard that before. But anyway, so he had a little bit of that on his program that he did too. And but I was working with JJ and we were talking and on one of our Kundalini Rising shows. And we were talking about it, and I feel like it's right here. And I used a little bit. And then she was like, okay, why don't you come in next week and we'll do a little test. So she helped me with it, which was really nice. And I've got to say, anybody that wants to do that, you should call JJ and book some time with her. And it was so nice because like we just talked for a minute, right? It wasn't like, okay, let me hear it. You know, it was like, let's talk about it. So what does this feel like? Where does it come from? And it was so comfortable coming up that way. Nice. And then she said also she can tell if it's coming from a place that's heartfelt or if it's just coming in from like, you know, maybe another entity that you don't want to channel, or
Uh-huh.
because you kind of got to be careful with that.
Of course.
Yeah, and so it was really nice to have somebody like her, who is so good at it.
Mhm.
You know, give you that, what is it? Not fortification. What's it called?
Support, validation.
Thank you, validation and
Yeah,
support. Yeah, both.
yeah.
Both of those.
Well, and I think this is one of the beautiful things.
Mhm.
Like early on in this conversation, I didn't know that for me, this language could come through in symbols. Since I have the experience with symbols for me, it really has activated and increased my efficiency in connecting with Akashic record work that I do. So
Yeah,
it's really amazing. So
yeah.
I want to get caught up in chat a little bit because a few people have added some things and have popped
Cool.
in.
Okay.
So and I don't know if you saw that, but Annie is so thrilled about
Oh,
Terry's light
thank you,
language.
honey.
And Kaylee said it's so interesting to listen to.
Mhm.
So yeah, and Salrod's is dragon language. What is this magic?
Great.
So is how would you describe your language if you, with the limited vocabulary that we have, how would you
Yeah.
describe it?
Well, thank you, because we do have limited vocabulary, don't we, on this planet? Because we're in the third dimension.
Uh-huh.
So the frequencies are different, right? And
Mhm.
you're dealing more with the frequency and less with a word, so to speak, and it's
Uh-huh.
the feeling of it. But what was the question?
So, how would you describe your language with the
Oh,
limited ability we have?
thank you. It sounds like it's from the earth and it's primordial. So
Okay.
it's like an ancient language that's kind of left over, I think, from the creation of the planet. And
Mm.
when Gaia was coming in, so part of it's Gaia's, and it feels very, very much like the rock people.
Uh-huh.
And a
Yes.
lot of us have been seeing the rock people as they come in, and I see them as symbols too. So I'm glad that you said that,
Mhm.
Gerald,
Yeah.
um, because they are like the symbols of different indigenous tribes all over
Okay.
the world.
Mhm.
And, from Tibetan to American Indian to Australian indigenous beings, and
Mhm.
Egyptian, and how those I don't know what you call them, but the symbols, how they roll, and they're rolling, and it's like a line of them, and they're turning as they
Oh,
move.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a train of rocks.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
That's great. Jane the Seeker is here. Hello, Jane.
Oh, hello, beautiful. How are you?
I get to be with Jane twice next week.
Lucky.
Tuesday morning, it's Tuesdays with Tarot Stash
I know.
exclusively on Jane the Seeker Tarot.
Yep.
So, and Kaylee said it's very gravel, rock grinding, magma bubbling and flowing. All images I got when listening.
Oh, thank you so much, Kaylee. Yeah, that's what it feels like. Thank you. That is what it feels like. It
Mhm.
feels like if you thought of the and I've seen these people since I was a little kid.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like they would come in when I was going to sleep, and a lot of times they were inside a ship, like a pod, and the pod was all crystalline on the outside, or on the inside. It was like a purple, well, kind of like the background here, that purple.
Okay.
Um,
Uh-huh.
Amethyst, and then on the outside it was rock, like a meteor. And
Wow.
and they had this deep voice like this too, and it was kind of scary. And quite honestly, I thought they were big turds, because
Okay.
what does the rock look like to a 4-year-old? I'm like,
Right.
okay,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So I would change the channel on them. My guides told me at an early age,
Okay.
if something came in my room I didn't like, I could turn the channel,
Uh-huh.
and then they were gone. So
Okay.
replacement.
Well, and I think that's one of the important things is when we have guides,
Mhm.
a gatekeeper, or someone to help support us, that's extremely helpful. It's
Yeah.
extremely helpful. Morella is here. Hello, Morella. And
Marilla.
so, okay. And then,
Tyler's here.
okay. And so, Navra said, trying to clear last remnant of fear-based thinking. Hopefully this energy will help the rest go.
Oh, right. I agree. I feel like for the last several months that's been building, right? And
Yes.
it's kind of that mirror how we look at ourselves
Mm-hmm.
and judging ourselves and old things that have come back up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's an ongoing process. When
Yeah.
we're able to remove one layer, we become aware that there are other layers. So that's an important thing with
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah. You're so right. Like an onion, right?
it's very much like an onion.
Yeah.
Harley asked a question and said, are emerging similar or the same as speaking in tongues?
Oh, Harley, that's such a good question. What do you
Mhm.
think, Gerald?
Well, and we've talked about this. Is the idea of speaking in tongues? It certainly could be a light language,
Yeah.
absolutely. And part of it is the idea of what is the light language? It is coming from a energy level that is different than our own, and it comes out differently.
Yeah.
So absolutely, Harley, it very much could be. And I think this is one of those things to where play with it. And by play with it, I should say explore it. Seek for, if you have people that you trust who can help you, then speak with them to have you have an understanding of it. And Harley also said, every time Tuta speaks through JJ, it's like my soul is being called. Past Monday, I was listening to her, and out of nowhere, I started crying.
Right, Harley? It's when JJ speaks her light language, it's so pretty and it's so kind and
Mm-hmm.
gentle.
Yes.
It's just, and I get this big guttural thing going on. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway,
Well, okay, but be careful there. Do not discount what you have. It's
oh, yeah.
equally powerful.
Thank you, Gerald. Thank you.
Here,
Yeah, but
it's equally powerful. Everyone's light language is valued and important.
oh, you're so kind.
So it's
Yeah,
true. It's
yeah,
true.
yeah. I would definitely ask Gerald or JJ, um, or or someone that you know that does light language, and they are amazing.
Well, gosh. And so, okay, Jules, learning to listen, said, first the third eye, next an awesome language adventure. I mean, you're right, Jules. And
Yeah,
Rev, I feel my crown activating now. I think that's a really powerful thing to have happen, and to notice that that's what's happening.
yeah,
And that's why playback is a good thing, because you can listen to the parts of videos that are meaningful for you, that you feel connection to. It's very, very powerful.
yeah. And I also feel like community is an important part of that.
Yes.
Like here, you have so many people here that are on their, well, everybody here is on their spiritual path, right?
Yes.
And when you bring all these beings together, it doesn't matter if we're all over the world. We're together here because there is no time or space, and it raises the energy so much that yeah, when I go into chat, my third eye, and my crown chakra is always
Oh yeah.
it's
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Richie's Reach said, I think JJ has a familiar voice to a few of us. You are correct.
Yeah.
And oh, what do I need to tell your husband? That you're awesome, Jane, and that you are the goddess, and he should worship you and give you everything that your heart desires before you can even articulate it?
You should just know that you're the queen, Jane.
Yes. Yes. You know, I can see Jane right now is making that into a short to show her husband. So
I love that.
Ethnicity said, I hear beauty in all your languages. There
Oh,
is beauty in all of the languages.
there is.
And
There is.
yes, I believe it becomes more beautiful when it's shared,
Yeah.
and it's shared so authentically, because in those moments it's like when a composer composes something new that's never been experienced before. It can be confusing because it's different, but we have a visceral response to it and a connection. So
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
hello, Jacob, it's great to see you.
Jacob.
And
It is like sometimes you'll go and listen to music and it'll be like, or even hearing it. I wanted to say the radio, but who listens to the radio anymore, right? When you're streaming something, and it's like all of a sudden you get tingles up and down your spine, or you see a play or something, and you know that this conductor or composer or playwright was divinely guided to write this.
yes, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's absolutely beautiful. Kaylee said light language is very much like that. Anytime Tanis channels light language, my soul sings out, resonated right from before she starts. It's like a call and response. Yes, that's
Oh,
beautiful.
I'm gonna have to go listen to her light language. She was out of town for a while, and I haven't been back on her there, so I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that.
And Spiritual Rain is here. Hello, Spiritual Rain.
Rain.
So, and so I think I love the chat.
Yeah.
So, and again, the best chatters are bringing it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, I'm getting caught up into the chat, and oh yeah, we have more crown chakras, and Angela is lurking. Hello, Angela. So,
hi, Angela.
not one wink. What? Scott didn't get a wink?
What?
Oh, I don't know.
Hmm.
That's sad.
Hmm?
Maruta said, Terry, listening to you talk about the rock people reminded me of my Earth Power Oracle. Do you have that deck?
No, but I'm gonna go look it up as soon as I get off of here. Maruta, thank you. Maruta always knows. Like she is in this clear cognizance, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she always knows. And I know if Maruta's in, then I can ask a question. Well, isn't Durga this or isn't
yeah.
And somebody? Yeah.
I have an email from Maru, and I have to look at it and read it. And maybe we could do it this coming Tuesday, Maru, if you want to come on at 4 p.m. Eastern. So, cool. Karen and JJ are both preoccupied at this point. We're not sure if they will be able to pop in a little bit. So we decided to go ahead and go without them. And oh, there you go. Tanis has never spoken it on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So
wow,
it's totally secret.
Yeah, and that's okay. That's fine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, and Alani has been watching my Tarot the Stashway on court cards today.
Oh.
It's been beautiful.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's nervous about it. I get it.
It is. I was doing it alone for a while, and I have a different light language that I've done before a few years ago, and I was doing a lot of channeling with that, and I have recordings of that, but I never released them.
Yeah. Jonathan, thank you, Maru. And Jonathan Daly is here. Hello.
Hello. Aloha.
And Randy is here too. So there we go.
Hey, Randy.
And
Speaking of dragons.
yeah. Well, and one of the things I've been capturing the wonderful chat that people are having. And Madame Maru's House of Cards said, I can speak in tongues, but I don't get the translation of it. And
Yeah.
and this is very interesting because what I heard from my guides is you don't have to be able to translate it because the people who are hearing it will be able to translate it.
Yeah. And something that came to me, Maruta, is you're hearing the frequency of it, and you'll grow to know it. And it's not like a word for word because it's a frequency.
Yes.
And because they're not in the third dimension, so it does come in a little different.
Yes.
And they just revealed that to me today.
Really?
So,
Okay.
yeah, I just heard that today.
I love that. Wow. And yeah, you receive your messages anyway. Mm-hmm. And
Right.
Jonathan's light language came out a song, and he doesn't usually share it. You don't have to share it. I think it's important for us to understand if we have it and we use it just for ourselves, that adds value.
Yeah, I
That's what I
agree.
think.
I agree. I have these beautiful cards here by I have to look them up. Palladium Wisdom cards by Pia Orlean. She has a PhD, and Cullen Bard Smith. And they channel the Palladians and she does some light language, but they're a man and a woman and they're partners.
Mm-hmm.
And he has to be sitting right next to her to channel it. And they channel through him to her, but they like to use her voice frequency because it matches their sing-song frequency.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that interesting? I always find that really intriguing. Yeah.
Wow.
They've written a lot of books on the divine feminine too.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Some wonderful stuff in chat. Kaylee said light language is also soul to soul. Your soul understands even if your 3D ears don't.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And Marjorie McConnell is here. Hi, Marjorie.
Marjorie.
And Harley also shared when speaking in tongues, the messages are sometimes given in pictures, visuals, not always in voice.
Thank you, Harley. I agree with that 100%. Mm-hmm. That's beautiful.
Yeah. And for me, my language is symbols, and particularly with the work that I do with Akashic Records. So that's how it works for me.
So what do the symbols look like for you?
It depends upon whose records I'm accessing.
Yeah.
And yes, so oftentimes, see, I've always had this, or I've had this happen for over 20 years. As I've been reading, I would go into this space, and as I would be reading for a question, certain symbols would show up, would rise up.
Yeah.
Now, and the symbols could be anything. They're usually not in what's the alphabet that we use in English called?
I want to call it the Dewey somebody's, but that's librarian.
That's the Dewey Decimal System.
Yeah.
But it's but they are oftentimes symbols. And one of the things that you said, Terry, I'm wondering if their symbols are related to different cultures. But they're three-dimensional in shape. They raise up. Now I'm able to actually I'm able to look at them closer. I can rotate them energetically.
Wow.
So, I don't know if did that answer your question?
That is amazing.
So
I love that. Yeah, it did in more ways than one. I love that because I see these rolling too, like in every different way, and you can kind of see them.
Oh, and the Roman alphabet. There's Aramaic. I'm not sure Arabic, but see, because I'm very good at suspending my disbelief, I don't need to know what the symbols traditionally mean,
Yeah.
because it's the symbols that activate information for me.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the information that comes through.
Yeah. So
So
like the frequency of them, right?
yes.
What they feel like, what they
Yes. And as it relates to the question that is at hand,
yeah.
because a lot of times I'm using Akashic records with them during readings
Mhm.
of that. So okay. Leah is here. Hi, Leah.
Hey Leah, how are you? Kitty
And
cat. That's a pretty picture.
Cyrillic is the one used in Greek and Russian. Okay.
Oh, that is so beautiful. And it's kind of backwards, isn't it? Or
Yeah.
reversed. And
Yes.
Hebrew is reversed, isn't it? Or is it Hebrew or
Hebrew goes right to
left?
left.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you. Okay. I have a couple of things that are going. So Bulgaria created that.
Oh, nice, Leah.
So all right. Years ago, as I was a teacher of mine prepared to channel, I would hear them until she began to speak. Often felt like it was there, but we freaked out. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but all right. There was a couple of questions, and a couple of people have asked me questions, but I want to get Jane asked who's going to stay up and watch the eclipse. She feels it'll be very light language. I agree.
That's the adverb now. I love that. Light
Yeah.
languagey.
It will be very light languagey. I mean, you heard it here first, people. Not here first, probably.
We need these t-shirts made, Jane.
Yes. We need merch. Yeah, whatever. And how is the eclipse affecting you two? How are the eclipses affecting you?
We were just talking about this before we came on. I feel like all of a sudden I am getting this clarity in the last few days. And it makes me feel like I've been sleepwalking for several years, and it's just like all of a sudden, boom, the lights turned on.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm hoping this lasts. I'm not going to say that it's not going to, but kind of walking into that energy and being gentle with myself with it. But yeah, I feel like things
so
are
very important.
Right?
So very important. Yes, you've got to be gentle with yourself. This is new stuff.
Yeah.
This is absolutely new stuff. So, all right. Nalani said maybe the eclipse and my third eye opening are connected. Could be. There's a lot of if you pay attention to the energy and a lot of the astrology, a lot of stuff is going on. So, okay. So, and Nivra said any language activates my crown. Yes.
Yeah.
And Spiritual Rain asked Tarot Stash, can you talk a little bit how you hear the language frequency? Does it come to you naturally, or do you prepare and call it? Newbie learning here. Well, newbie learning here, that is a wonderful question. It's a great question. And to be honest with you, I hadn't really thought about it, because when I'm using what I've discovered is a light language, it's because I am doing readings or accessing or being an oracle of some sort. And I was having this conversation with somebody recently during a private reading for someone. I don't really hear things. What I experience when I see the symbols, which are my language, I feel the energy associated with it, and then the words come out. And so that's a bit of a so it comes to me naturally. I've been doing it for 20 plus years. I can prepare for it in the sense of making sure that I'm well grounded, that I'm very well hydrated and I'm comfortable. And so part of me is I open that up and I connect to it. So what were you going to ask, Terry?
Oh, I was just going to say, this sounds like you because you are, all of you know this about Gerald here. You always plan everything and you've got everything taken care of. So you have this process that you do, and it's, it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And Twisted Sushi is here. Hello. And Randy said, I may be awake for the eclipse. My pup keeps me up.
Oh.
Yes, water is the ultimate communication.
Yeah.
Definitely. Hidden things will be revealed. You are absolutely right, Jules.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Escaped to Eden is here. Hello. And finding the courage, support, and community that helps us feel clear enough to go for it. Yes.
Right, Julie? Yeah. It's and that's, I feel like I was on a friend of mine, she does these classes, Jean Mayall, and she's been on the channel a couple of times, and she's got a big forum with thousands of people on it every day. But she does these classes, and she invited some of us to it today. And the energy from those classes, and they said, what would you tell us? And I'm like, community. Get everybody's email right now. Community, and you guys, how you do it here, how we all do it. That's how I started on YouTube too, is coming in the chat. I mean, I learned so much from you guys.
Yeah. Oh, I do too. It's great. It's incredible. And what is also beautiful is the fact that everyone experiences things differently. One is not better than the other. It's just different. While it's different, we have commonalities we can share.
Yeah.
And I think to me that's extremely important.
It is so important. And we're kind of like the way showers, right?
Yes.
I mean, all of us here, because the people behind us that are coming in, they're remembering everything, and they're going to be, as we pull them up, they're going to be out there.
I know who this is. It's beautiful to see you, Ala Oba.
Oh,
Thank you. Here, I'll do that.
Aww. Oh, let me see it. Oh, I don't have it.
It's beautiful to see you. Thank you. So, Delphi Ross is here as well.
Hey, Delphi.
Okay, so we had a few more people. Leah found plants get downloads also.
Yeah. And plants have frequencies, right? And like trees can talk to trees if they're getting invaded by a pest. And then they'll also release something that goes to the other plants around them that will grow by them, the plant will come on and die because they get poisoned or something. I mean, just they interact so much in the forest and everywhere.
Yeah. So I do want to go back to, I want to make sure from Spiritual Rain, did I answer your question? Does it come to you naturally, or do you prepare and call for it? It's a bit of both, depending upon where I am. If I know I'm going to some sort of an event to where the light language would be welcomed and encouraged, I will spend the time. If you want to get into what I do, I'm eating properly. I am usually taking a sacred bath. I have done some prayers and meditations. I am probably wearing specific clothes that help get me into that frame of mind and that experience. So let me know if I did answer your question, Spiritual Rain.
I have a question, Gerald.
Yes.
Can you describe a sacred bath? Because I love that.
part of what I don't actually take a bath because I don't like baths. I like
Yeah.
showers.
Yeah.
There is the, oh, what is her name? Donna Eden, the
Yeah.
zip up technique, to
Yeah.
where what she does is she is lining up her chakras. And I do that in the shower. So um, part of what I do is I will release all of the energy in the chakras. I will cleanse myself. I will say prayers as I uh, use specific soaps. And then when I'm finished, I will, as the Donna Eden technique says, I will zip up to line up my chakras, to
Yeah.
which helps me sit up straight. It
Yeah.
helps me to be very present. So there's that. Um, I know some people who they will actually use Epsom salt, blessed seasoning and herbs to help with them, just to help them feel very connected.
Yeah.
So, but
Beautiful. That's
yeah,
so beautiful. I love that ritual.
and it doesn't have to take a long time. It just has to be done with purpose
Right?
and intent.
Yeah.
So, and Gerald talked about the zip up technique many moons ago, and I do it now. Love that. It helps me quite a lot. Oh, good, good. And I did answer Spiritual Rain's question. If you can, if you search for the Donna Eden zip up, it's very interesting. Donna does it just, she uses it in experience of how it can help somebody feel solid and not lose any energy. But I add to it to where I actually open up the chakras and I cleanse them. I cleanse them. So, and
That's beautiful.
so yes.
I
Okay, so
love
I'm
that.
glad that I answered that. Harley said, as yes, it's personal, Gerald. Things that make sense to the reader in reference to who they are reading for. Yeah. And I would say, Terry, with your language, your newly emerged language, the more you use it, the better it will be for you. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is better. That
Yeah.
is it is getting better.
Uh-huh.
And I'm practicing it. It's sometimes I feel uncomfortable because my kids live here in the house too, and and so then you have to worry about that, right? Like, but you just have to get over it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
not
yes.
you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly my freak flag, and who cares? They know I'm woo woo. What do they expect?
Well, yeah. And I think that's really, really beautiful. Morella said, Randy helping me now with some with my sore tooth.
Oh,
Good. And
good,
you're
Marilla.
welcome, Sandy H. You Googled the daily energy routine, the zip up. Good.
She's amazing. I've got 3 of her books, and she's just amazing.
Donna Eden.
Yeah,
Yeah, truly amazing.
love her.
And Kaylee said, yes, self consciousness, definitely something I'm working on myself with channeling.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
If you can record yourself, like you've got, well, most of our phones have recorders on them, and sometimes I do them on my with audio and video
okay. Uh-huh.
on the computer, and but I didn't watch myself that often, but it was just the
Mm-hmm.
process of it, and I didn't go back and listen to it hardly at all. It
Mm-hmm.
was just the process of being recorded was kind of for some reason to me, it made me feel better.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
and I part of what I say to that is I I don't rewatch any of my videos.
I don't either.
I'm curious about if the recording, if you have a light language and it's a verbal light language, have you recorded it and listened back to it? This is a question. Yeah.
That's a good question. I haven't done that yet. I have recorded other channeling that I've done and other more sing-song light language years ago, but this new one I haven't yet. It's still pretty fresh, you guys.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, and it's
really good,
very exciting. It's very
It
exciting.
is really exciting, and I feel like it's a little baby, and I want to, be really gentle with it.
Of course, of course. Twisted Sushi said dancing equals channeling. Yes.
Oh, honey. I
Yes.
saw Adam Ant and modern, I think it was Modern English or the New English this
Modern
weekend.
English, yes.
Oh my God. Dancing.
Yes. Lisa said, Terry, we have to show our kids how to act when they turn into us, which is inevitable.
Thank you, Lisa. Isn't that the truth? They do, don't they? Yeah.
You're a baby dragon.
Oh, Moira. That's so sweet. Moira, I just made t-shirts for my kids for Easter that kind of look like your her thing there. And I was thinking about you because I love that picture.
And we always learn together. Yes.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting question is Randy said, I may have missed it, but how do you get a light language? How did you get yours?
That's a great question. It just kind of started coming forward because I would tell people about, have you heard this vibration coming from the earth? And it's like, and I was like, and they were like, oh, like maybe some of them had, and some of them were like, well, that's different. But anyway, so it just kept coming in, and I kept listening to that. But how about you?
Well, I don't think everybody has a light language.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And I think it's one of those things I believe, and Karen, JJ, and I talked about this before in some of the early series. And yes, there is a playlist, a light language playlist on my channel.
Oh, nice.
So by all means, give it a listen and start from the beginning, because it really does. It does help because there's a growth about it. Not everybody has a light language. However, if people have a light language with continued work and spiritual practices of whatever kind for you, it can be more comfortable, and you can be more comfortable letting it come through you. There are great things to there are great things to study with people, explore, get curious about it. I am also a person who don't try to force it, because that rarely works. Okay. Oh, thank you, Spiritual Rain. Appreciate it. Okay. Nice. Just Care Bear Bard of Cards. Hello.
Hey,
good to see you. Kaylee said, I feel it just sort of comes, can't be forced, from what I can feel.
Yeah.
And practice comes into play. Hypnicity said, can you avoid it? For a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you may not speak it, you might just hear it, right?
That's true. You may just hear it. And again, and it doesn't surprise me that, like, Karen and JJ have a light language which resonates with each other.
Yeah.
Terry, your light language resonates with people as well. I think that's a beautiful thing. You're going to find people who appreciate it. Jonathan sings it while he's in the shower or driving, and it's a particular song. That's extremely powerful.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Terry, have you ever listened to Dead Can Dance?
No.
Right, Dead Can Dance. That's the musical group. Because part of what you were, because I have yet to hear Terry's language, but part of what you were saying sounds very earthy, and Dead Can Dance is very earthy.
I love that because I've always liked also heavy metal, believe it or not.
Mhm.
But my son was a metalhead for a while, and we'd
Uh-huh.
be cranking it up in the car driving around.
I love that.
But I like that primordial,
Yep.
just it's just I can feel the energy of it in my heart.
Yes. Well,
Um,
and Annie Bear has done some drumming with you on your channel,
yeah, it's so
and
beautiful.
yes, and I think the beauty of the drumming is it reminds us of the first sound that we heard in utero, our mother's heartbeat.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and maybe the Earth Star chakra holds the energy. It could. Uh,
yeah.
Care Bear said, "My son is drawing a picture for you all. I'll post it later."
Oh, I love that,
Ooh, I
Care
love
Bear.
that.
That's beautiful.
And ask your for spirit to speak through you and surrender the use of your mouth to it and surrender to whatever form it needs to take. Because
Yeah,
if check me, but I would say in about 6 months, there are going to be more people who are they're going to be using their hands to write.
yeah,
Well, there may be hand gestures. I think more people are going to be doing writing and painting.
yeah, yeah.
So
And there are Debbie's had a woman on, and she's been on our channel. Her first name's Cheryl. She's in I think she's in Sedona, and she
mhm,
does the paintings, and they're like 10-minute drawings, and it's a whole story about you.
yeah. And Dead Can Dance album Spirit Chaser.
Well, that sounds like my kind of people.
There you go. And
Thanks, Sally.
Patty D said, "How about automatic writing?" Yes, Patty. I couldn't see your comment until I scrolled up a little bit on my side. Yes, automatic writing can be a form of light language, I believe. So, um, oh, and Morella has listened to the playlist. Thank you.
Oh,
That's good. This is a great question. Do you understand each other's? Um, I don't. When JJ and Karen are here and they're speaking their light language, it's beautiful. I don't understand it. And I'm grateful that both of them are able to translate it.
yeah. When I first started with JJ, she did tell me what I was saying. She could
Wow.
understand it. She's really gifted with that. So, like I said, if you want to move forward with that, she's a good one to go with.
Mhm.
And that helped out a lot. And now they're giving me the frequency of it and what the frequency means.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. We have a couple of more questions because we're at about 53
Are
minutes.
you kidding me?
I know it's been
No.
incredible.
Dang.
Harley said, Gerald Terry, do you think that children have a light language that gets lost when they get older? At times, you can hear children speaking make pretend language when playing. What do you think about that, Terry? I don't have any children.
100%. Well, I remember being a kid and speaking a weird language, and it was kind of like French, like nobody else could understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at a lot of kids that are on the spectrum, whether it's autism or whatever it is, they speak a language that we don't understand. A lot of them, and
Mm-hmm.
and and the frequency is different in their brains too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think most kids come in with the light language or some way of a different frequency, and from our limited beliefs, you know, or our constructs that society tells us, well, that color is red and that color is blue, and you can't do this, and you can only do this, and these are the only people that we
Mhm.
talk to,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden we just get conditioned.
Yes.
So
I think children come in with so many things that we are not able to see as people who are living in this 3D world.
yeah,
Children, it gets lost, it gets taught out of them, it gets removed. So I think children have so much when they come in before they learn that that may not be right or correct with the culture. So
yeah,
that's a great question, Harley.
yeah, it's
And
excellent.
Kaylee said avoidance only lasts so long. Have chronic throat issues, only goes away when I channel and only for a few days, then comes back.
Wow.
They like to pester. And I would say they like to pester and they will.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
Jonathan shared that I find that when JJ speaks in her light language, I can't help but answer in my light language.
I love that, Jonathan.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so sounds so right on.
And Moira said, did you feel the need to put energy protection in place when this first started?
What about you?
I am always putting energy up all of the time. And sometimes I am doing it without actually awareness that I'm doing it at that moment. I'm always doing protection for myself, especially when I'm in a reading situation to where I'm accessing the language or the records or doing some sort of a readings for people. I I do have certain things that I do to protect and to keep it a safe environment so I'm comfortable to get out of the way and let it work. What about you?
Wow, I love that. Get out of the way and let it work.
It's so true.
It is so true. Um, that's how to live your life. Moira, yeah. When it first started, I'd been hearing it for a long time, and you're in meditation during the mornings, Moira, and we're like, I mean, we call in 33 trillion angels, and then we
Mhm.
call in our spirit guides and our ancestors, and as well as the elementals. So it's like, yeah, I always feel like I've got a full room, but I've always got Azrael or Michael around too, or Durga.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
to ask.
And I think we talked about that. Not all of the time. So, and I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just going to say metal language.
Ooh,
Oh, and Sal Rods does say JJ uses her hands a lot. Yes, she does.
yeah.
You are correct.
There's a lot of light language people, and they'll kind of slap themselves too at the same time. I'm not
Mm,
slap hard, but it's like getting a point across
yeah, yeah.
when they're doing it.
And Care Bear says, I feel like when I scat in jazz singing, it's like a light language of its own.
Oh
That
man,
doesn't surprise me.
totally.
So,
Wow, that is like a huge awakening, Care Bear. I love
so
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, and Sal Rods had a language with my friends in junior high.
right. Yeah,
So kids are so gifted, are shaken out of their gifts by adults and socialized beliefs. Yes.
yeah. Like we tell kids that they're not supposed to shake their hands in public if something happens, and it's like I've had to relearn that it
Yes.
feels good sometimes to just shake.
Yes. I mean, and sometimes it's important for people to remember that physicality is an important part of the human experience. And if I'm sitting here too long, I need to get up and move. I need to process.
Yeah.
I used to work in a library, and children's librarians, by the way, who are the MacGyvers of story time, and they have a paper clip, a sticky note, and a pencil. They can make a story time for half an hour to keep kids occupied. It's incredible,
Yeah.
incredible. But I
Wow.
think, but the thing is a lot of times we were with helping children for schoolwork and they wouldn't know exactly what they were supposed to be doing, actually getting the child to walk with you to the stacks, to the shelves, helps them process.
Yeah.
Helps them process.
Yeah. Getting them up and moving. Yeah.
Yes.
It gets something going on in your brain there.
Yes.
Something.
Yes. Yes.
Yep. 33 trillion.
Yep.
Perfect number.
Tapping works. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Singers use their hands. Absolutely. Yeah. Better to focus on talents than a label.
100%.
Yep. People express excess emotional energy by shaking hands. You got it.
Oh, yeah.
Terry,
Yeah.
this has been wonderful. I am hoping that perhaps the next time we could have you come back with JJ and Karen, because I don't believe Karen has had the opportunity to meet and chat with you.
We haven't been on a show together, but I know Karen. She's lovely. And I've actually been in a class with Karen before.
Nice.
And yeah, she has amazing energy. I love her energy.
She does. And maybe next time we can, if it's acceptable for you, you could be using a little bit of your light language and see if we could get the trio, you, JJ, and Karen. And I'll watch some of maybe we can do some light language channel messages or something like that.
Oh, that would be fun.
So
beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you all for being here. You have been wonderful. Please do go over and show your support and say, subscribe to Terry, because if you're not, every morning through the week, you're doing a meditation in the morning and it's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. We have meditation Monday through Friday on the channel, and it's half of it's chat. I will warn you. And we just get there and we chat and we have fun talking about silly stuff.
Yes. So, any last minute thoughts about emerging light language for people?
Yeah, be gentle with yourself and see what comes out and just be silly with it. Just don't worry about it.
And I would add to that to remember, fear is a similar thing to excitement. Nudge it toward excitement. Get excited about having this.
Yeah.
And go, ooh, what would that be like? And I've been listening to the book Big Magic.
Oh.
And it's a great book. It's about your creativity, and we've all heard that saying of, is this like, what would you do if you knew you could not fail? You've heard that, right? Or have you heard that?
Yeah.
Then there's this idea of, is this, what would you do if you didn't care whether or not you failed?
I love that,
because that's where a true passion is.
It really is, isn't it? Yeah.
So, yeah.
What would you do what would you like? I like to think of at the beginning of every year, what would I say to the people I love if I knew I was going to die tomorrow?
Wow.
And, if I knew that I wouldn't be here, and I try to write a little something.
That's beautiful. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Do like and subscribe, and you can find out when we will be doing our next show. So thank you, everybody, very much for joining us, and take care. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Gerald.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.